Diplomatic efforts to bring peace closer to Ukraine have taken a new turn. President Volodymyr Zelensky says recent talks with United States envoys introduce new ideas, new formats, and new timing for possible negotiations. These discussions represent a significant shift, moving from broad statements to specific proposals. For months, the world has watched, hoping for a breakthrough. Now, for the first time, we're seeing detailed frameworks being discussed at the highest levels. This isn't just about ending the conflict, it's about building a sustainable peace for the future. The talks involved high-profile American envoys and centered on a concrete, multi-point plan aimed at finding common ground. Let's break down what was discussed and what it could mean for Ukraine and the wider world. Ukraine's president described a nearly hour-long conversation with U.S. envoys Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner as constructive. According to Zelensky, the discussion focused on how diplomatic engagement could move the situation closer to a lasting resolution. The key here is the word constructive. It suggests that both sides weren't just restating old positions, but were actively exploring new possibilities. While one conversation doesn't solve everything, it opens a door that has been closed for a while, providing a new channel for communication and negotiation that both sides seem willing to explore. The core idea is to establish a foundation of trust. For Ukraine, sovereignty is non-negotiable. This means any agreement must respect its independence and right to the security guarantees are also crucial. Ukraine is looking for concrete commitments from international partners that would prevent future aggression, moving beyond vague promises to a more structured security architecture. The plan also explores the idea of demilitarized or free economic zones, designed to reduce tension while allowing civilian governance and international oversight. This is an innovative approach to handling contested areas. Instead of a hard military line, it proposes creating neutral spaces focused on recovery and civilian life. This could be a way to de-escalate the situation on the ground, build local trust, and pave the way for a more permanent political solution. A major part of the proposal includes international security guarantees. Ukrainian leaders say these would involve coordinated support from the United States, European partners, and international institutions. This isn't about one country protecting another, but a collective security arrangement. Imagine a system where an attack on Ukraine would trigger an automatic, coordinated response from a coalition of nations. This is a key demand for Kyiv. They want assurances that are legally binding and backed by credible military and economic power. The goal is to make any future aggression so costly that it becomes unthinkable. This model draws inspiration from other international security pacts, but would be tailored to Ukraine's specific needs and geopolitical context. Officials emphasize that any framework would focus on prevention, monitoring, and rapid diplomatic response, rather than renewed confrontation. The idea is to build a system that is proactive, not just reactive. This would involve international monitors on the ground, transparent communication channels, and a pre-agreed set of diplomatic actions to diffuse tensions before they escalate into open conflict. It's about building a resilient peace, not just a temporary ceasefire. Discussions also include potential economic zones in eastern Ukraine. These zones would prioritize rebuilding, trade, and civilian administration while remaining under Ukrainian law and oversight. This is a practical solution aimed at healing the wounds of war. The focus would shift from fighting to rebuilding. Think of it as creating special areas where investment is encouraged infrastructure is rebuilt, and normal life can resume. These zones would operate under Ukrainian law, ensuring the country's sovereignty, but could have special rules to attract international investment and aid. The goal is to give people in these war-torn regions a stake in peace, showing them a clear path to a better future. By focusing on economic recovery, the plan aims to create shared interests that transcend political divisions. President Zelensky has stressed that any changes would require public approval and international support. This is a crucial point. Any final agreement won't be imposed from the top down. The Ukrainian people will have the final say, likely through a referendum or another democratic process. This ensures that any peace deal is legitimate and has the backing of the population it is meant to protect. While discussions continue, all sides acknowledge that sensitive issues remain unresolved. Russian officials say proposals are under review, while U.S. mediators continue speaking with both parties separately. This is a delicate diplomatic dance. The proposals are on the table, but reaching an agreement will require more time, patience, and compromise. The process of shuttle diplomacy, where mediators talk to each side separately, is common in these situations. It allows for frank conversations and helps bridge the gap between opposing positions. The fact that Russia is reviewing the proposals, rather than rejecting them outright, is seen by some observers as a cautiously optimistic sign. Despite ongoing challenges, recent dialogue marks one of the most detailed diplomatic exchanges in months. It shows that, even in the most difficult conflicts, the door to diplomacy is never completely closed. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the pursuit of peace continues.